What are some of the other advantages that come with going with non-bank capital?
Yeah, so look, I mean, time is definitely one. I suppose leverage is another enticing thing. So, I mean, typically on a site acquisition, developer purchasing a site in a bank environment, they would typically cap out at 40 to 50% maximum. So that means that the developer would have to put in up to 60 to 50% cash equity into a purchase. That's a lot, especially if you're buying a pretty decent sized site. In the non-bank space, you've got lenders that will go up into that 55, 60, and depending on the site, if it's a good site, it's got an asset on it, they may go up to 65. So having the ability to, I suppose, to put in less cash equity up front, because these guys might be buying a site and not ready for construction for another year because they have to do all their DA and planning and all of that. So having that extra capital now available to be able to now pay for all of that DA and planning whilst the site sits there can be quite appealing to a developer. So it assists with them helping to manage their cash flow during a planning process. So that's one thing that's quite another thing that's quite appealing to the developers. So timing, leverage, yeah, less red tape. A bank when a bank lends to a borrower, they will typically really scrutinise the borrower. And when I say scrutinise, I mean financials. They want to know their expenses. They want to do a full group servicing position, make sure that with all their income, they can service all of their debts and liabilities and all of that, which can be very laborious. Now, a lot of time, a developer's income is lumpy, or a builder's income could be lumpy. So, their financials for the last financial year, for example, may not show enough income to be able to service all of their liabilities. However, they have more than have the capacity to do so. Now, they're in the non-bank space, whilst the lenders do look at the borrower, they also focus a lot on the asset itself. So they're asset lenders. So they look at the asset, does the asset make sense? Is it a good asset? Is the leverage an acceptable rate? What's the exit strategy here? Okay, how probable is that exit? Okay, that looks very probable. We can see how he's going to get in, how they're going to get out. So as long as the borrower itself doesn't have any skeletons in the closet or any criminal actions or anything like that, most private lenders, will move forward with the deal.